Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Boku no Hero Academia Season 4 Episode 2. Yes, last time we got our recapitulation episode. We got information that we already knew. We got information for the newcomers, obviously, in case you just watch the fourth season or start watching the fourth season, so you won't get lost in this amazing world of Boku no Hero Academia. But obviously, in the last scene, we got something important for the plot. Not much, because again, it's one of the villains that we saw in the last season, in the last episode of the last season. And now we saw him again alongside with Twice. So yes, this is when the plot, I guess, is going to fly up, as all the time with My Hero Academia. And I cannot wait to watch this. But before that, just remember, if you enjoy the content of the channel, just, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And of course, leave a comment so I know what you enjoy, or leave a comment to let me know that this is something I do not enjoy. Anyway, yes, enough about chit chat. Let's just go straight to the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the second episode of the fourth season, and yes, just as I said during my last moments of reaction, yeah, the tone of the episode, the atmosphere within the episode is very different in the first half than in the second half. Obviously, in the first one, we got this very dark, very moody, very terrifying point of view, because yeah, we're speaking obviously about two organizations of crime that are against each other. We don't know anything about their plans, or at least not that well, not that concrete plans, but we know that they are up to no good. That is obvious. But this anime really went all the way in these last few minutes of the scene. I am fascinated by this one because, again, the tone of this first half, it looks like a different type of anime. So far, yes, we have our dark undertones, we have something like that, but it ends up always in a very happy ending, let's say, even if it takes more time sometimes. But you always end up winning, or the good guys always win. But this one is different. This one I feel like is like when one of the few last episodes of the third season, when we got the backstory of Twice. That's how it feels. This episode feels much like that one. Very dark, very depressing mood. Yes, we have our spectacular fight, or at least a little bit of a spectacular fight, but still, it feels odd. It feels odd, and especially because these two parties in this fight don't care about the well-being of the others. Because again, if they are heroes against villains, yes, we expect the heroes try to capture them, to arrest them, not to kill them. But in this case, they don't care. They go for the killing blow, and that is exactly what happened. Yes, we have seen villains, at least I don't think we have seen villains being killed in this anime. I don't remember that one. We had seen them being arrested, we have seen them, kind of being unconscious, but even the Nomos, they survive and they capture the Nomos. These guys, we saw at least two people die in the scene. One from the League of Villains and one from the Saikai, I think it's the correct way to pronounce that. Saikai, I think is the correct one. I don't want to check what does it mean, fearing spoilers of the season, so if you can tell me what the hell does that mean, I will be so grateful, because yes, this is not a translation. Perhaps it's untranslatable, because again, I hear the sound being pronounced by Tomura and by some other, I think it was Compressor, I don't know. But anyway, if that phrase has a meaning, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is again a very dark one, and I was not expecting that. I honestly was expecting the League of Villains being always the same guys, and until the end they will be defeated, or I don't know, by Deku or something like that. But I did not expect this result. And yeah, the leader of the other guys, the Yakuza guy, and yes, it's amazing how the Yakuza in our world are a very fearsome and very terrible organization, but in the world of My Hero Academia is just not important. They are nothing in this world. It's kind of amazing to see that. But anyway, yeah, how this Yakuza is able to explode their victims, I don't know. What is his quirk? Just making explode everything he can contact? That's why he wears gloves? Because yeah, he just scratched Magne and that's it. He was blown away, literally. And the other one, I think he lost his arms. But there is something else, something more important that we see here. That Compress could not use his quirk. And we saw this little ray of light, and of course, what I assume is kind of a needle, because yes, once I start to really pay attention to those scenes, I start to see the tiny point of a needle in the end of that thing. So yeah, I guess that has to do something. That has to do with this loss of power, of he's not being able to use his quirk. So yeah, this organization is a lot more dangerous than the first sight could be interpreted. And of course the rest arrive because one of them missed, and Shigaraki still could use his quirk, the decay quirk, and that was very dangerous, and that's when he killed the other guy from the other team, let's call them. But we end up in a draw. Yeah, this is interesting because now we have two rivalry organizations, the League of Villains and the Yakuza, trying to fight to being the leader of the dark world, because as this Yakuza said, once the big Emperor of Darkness, as they call them, One for All, was defeated, obviously they have no leader, and everybody was kind of spread out and trying to, what the hell are we going to do? We don't have anybody to tell us what to do. But of course the small fry was, oh, I'm going to be the best one, and some of them, I guess most of them, are going to fail. But obviously when people who has intelligence try to take control and have the power like this Yakuza, yeah, the things are completely different. This is something that we are not expecting to see. And this is the difference between Shigaraki and this guy. Shigaraki just wants to destroy All Might. He wants to destroy everything that All Might represents. But he doesn't have a plan. On the other hand, the other guy really has a plan. He knows how to organize the organization. He knows how to handle a lot of men under his command, and he knows how to use them. So he won't lose them, and he will be able to, achieve his goal, to be the ultimate leader of darkness, let's say. And this is something important in the mind of Shigaraki, because this is the base for obviously to be a good leader. Yeah, Shigaraki doesn't have a plan, and my guess that is part of the reason why he let him leave, because yeah, he shined something within him. He gave him more information so he could become a better leader for the League of Villains. He could become something better than what he already is. So that's why I guess he let them leave, and perhaps because they are pretty equal. Each team lose a member. I think the league end up losing more because they actually lose Compress, but I don't know how much that is going to affect their organization. And yes, again, this is a very dark side of the episode. Then, of course, we go to the other side, the more light side. Yeah, in both sense of the word. And we figured out what the students are doing. And yes, obviously the teachers don't want them to take this big responsibility of the work study, and they want to wait a little bit more. They are not prepared, and most of them, especially when we saw this with All Might. Yes, in the end they decided they would let them, but it's got to be a little bit more control in this case. And yes, of course, Midoriya wants to see the old psychic of All Might, but All Might is denying that for several reasons. And I love this little banter here because, yeah, the teacher, we have five counting Mike, but yeah, four teachers. One agree and the other one disagree. And with the other argument, yeah, one agree and the other disagree. And with Mike, he's just annoying everybody. But in the end, of course, we get to meet, thanks to Mirio. Sir, it was Night Eye, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yes, it was Night Eye. Yeah, I just checked it out. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I understand why they don't want to let these kids go around in this place. Because they are going to be treated as heroes. They are not going to be treated as students. They are not going to be overprotected. That you cannot do this because you are a student. You cannot do this because you are just my guest. No, they are really going to, okay, you're my sidekick. Go and resolve this problem. You need to save people. And that is going to be a lot more responsibility for a bunch of first years. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot heavier, and I understand their point of view. Unfortunately, I don't think there is enough time because, yeah, evil is still moving and is moving pretty fast. So that's why they need to increase their power, to increase their experience very, very fast. And we got a very interesting point of view. Just a small scene, but something important was said. In the conversation between Mirio, All Might, and Midoriya, we figured out, or it's told to us, that actually Mirio could have been the real successor of All Might, the new successor of the One for All, if Midoriya didn't appear, which is very interesting, because yeah, Mirio is very positive, and since last season we kind of see him as mini All Might. I mean, come on, everybody saw him as mini All Might. But yeah, in the end, Midoriya was the one who got the ultimate power of One for All. Yeah, it is exciting and it's interesting to see or to think how everything will have been resolved if the original plan of All Might, just to meet somebody important in UA, will be, I don't know, how it will be, how the result will be. But anyway, it's not important to keep ourselves in that point because, yeah, it didn't happen. Could be good for a fanfic, perhaps. Anyway, going back to the episode. We got, obviously, the last portion of the episode in which they visit the agency of Night Eye. This is something interesting to happen because, yeah, the poor sidekick, Bubble Girl, I think it was just being tortured by making her laugh. Honestly, that's kind of creepy in the back of my mind. Oh my god, that is very creepy. Really, really creepy. But something else I noticed is the voice of Night Eye. If I'm not mistaken, that is the same voice actor of Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the same voice actor that gave the voice to Mustang is this voice actor that is giving the voice to Night Eye. I don't know, but that's something random that I found out. And obviously, the point of all this interview, let's say, that you need to make him laugh, you need to make Night Eye laugh. I don't know why laughter, but sure, go ahead. But of course, Midoriya, with his amazing imitation of All Might's face, not so much the voice, but the face, It was hilarious in my opinion, but honestly, I don't know this guy what type of humor he enjoys. So Night Eye is not very pleased. Even I think he's kind of angry because apparently Midoriya is smoking All Might. But I love the last few videos in which this is not funny. Well, it's not say, "Are you mocking All Might?" and Midoriya says, "Oh no," but I love he's not using his normal voice. He's using All Might's imitation voice, which is great. And I was laughing so hard in those last few minutes of the episode. But yeah, an intriguing episode, and once again, two different halves in the episode. The first one very serious, very dark, and in the second one a lot more fun, a lot more light. Interesting point of view, and obviously it's not the first time we saw something like this. But yeah, again, I cannot wait to see the thickness of the plot of this arc, of the entire fourth season. I cannot wait to see that because yeah, this looks exciting because again, we have the dark that is moving forward, and we have the light, which is kind of still not understanding just how deep the cut is going. Because yeah, now several organizations of evil are trying to work together or competing with each other. I don't know. But obviously, everybody wants to be the leader. Everybody, and they are ruthless, and they are evil in general. So yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see them compete, the two evil organizations compete or work together or whatever, and seeing how this is going to affect our heroes. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to end up rambling here, and I think this commentary has gone for way too long. So yes, I have nothing else to say, but of course, remember, if you are not subscribed, please consider a subscription, and obviously if you do, turn on notifications so you can be on the day with the content I publish on this platform. And of course, if you like this video, give me a like and leave a comment to let me know what do you think about my reaction and what do you think about this episode so we can discuss it. And yes, I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention and see you on the next one. Bye!
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.